The current way of managing data traffic is we design a network through an inside-out strategy. Means, okay, roll out macros, then fill in those small cell DAS kind of solution, use the small cell solution as the infield. And with the increase of data traffic, most of the traffic generated inside building, we need to look at it differently, the other way around. Really to put the small cell as the core for the network rollout, and use the macro as an umbrella or as a infield, whatever you call it. That's my view.
I'm Jenny Doctor. I'm the responsible for the RAN strategy of the Lightsquared terrestrial network. I'm not sure if there's the 0.9% here doesn't know Lightsquared, because we've been on the press for a while. Lightsquared will be the first wholesale-only LTE network provider here in the US. And our intent is to enable a level playing field for retail players who wants to offer 4G nationwide, but doesn't have the spectrum or the means to do so. In the end, it will benefit the consumers because they will be given more choices. What are the things that we've done in the past that will probably not benefit us if we continue to do it, just like what Kevin said here? We continue to design and benchmark our networks as if most of the usage is still outdoors, right? If you look at drive testing, syndicated benchmarks, it's still outdoors. I don't know what the solution is, but that has to change. The second one that I see is, I know it's probably necessary right now, but throttling of traffic. There's not enough bandwidth, so we try to impose some limitations on what the users can do. There are probably other means to do that. And then the third one, as a network operator, we've always managed the network as if it's segmented. The RF folks look at the RAN, the backhaul folks look at the backhaul, and the core folks look at the core network. In an all-IP data network, that's not gonna work. The lines get blurred, and we need efficient tools to be able to do and manage network end-to-end.
The boundaries between the various internal operating groups has to change. When you design an outdoor network, it's a completely different design modeling that you do for an indoor application. And yet, to get transparency across those boundaries and uniformity across those boundaries, there has to be that coordination between the design groups in terms of how they specify the handoffs and how they provide coverage, uniform coverage within the buildings that allows the outdoor network to function the way it should and support the indoor networks.
So we've talked today about small cells, we've talked about DAS, right? From a network management point of view, from your perspective, I think each one's got their separate roles here, and we talked a lot about obviously the coverage and capacity and things. So how do you see these two coexisting going forward? Because obviously DAS is here today, and you see a lot in indoor venues and things like this. Small cells, we talked about putting on poles and outdoors. So how do you see the mix from your perspective? Who wants to go this?
So my view is, small cell. Actually, the way I look at small cell is, it really includes like picocell, microcell, phantom, and Wi-Fi, even including DAS. That's my personal interpretation of small cell. The reality is, we have this challenge of the data demand, and we need to use all the tools available in the toolkits. And to directly answer your question is, I believe that DAS and small cell, or we should really call them different small cell, will coexist. And depend on the scenario and what's the best application for the area, and what's the most cost-effective, what solution gives you the best return of investment.